Good morning, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world. You've tuned in to the Mac City Morning Show. I'm your host, Elliot Pierre, and we're going to start the show off the same way we start every show off, with a moment of gratitude. I know you could be doing a million other things with your time, so the fact that you choose to spend it with us truly does mean the world to me, so thank you. On that note, Tanner, hit him with the intro. All right, we're back. As you can see, we're not on the set of the Mac City Morning Show. We are at Rib Fest, so big shout out to Dennis and all the sponsors for making this happen and inviting us. As you also know, I do not introduce my guests. I let them do that themselves. So on that note, sir, can you introduce yourself to the people at home?
Yeah, absolutely. So my name is Gord Bamford. I'm originally from Waterdown, Ontario, and I am a singer-songwriter here playing at Rib Fest in direct support for Gord Bamford tonight.
There you go, man. Well, they don't know this, but I know this. We already recorded about 10 minutes of this show, but we forgot to plug in the microphone, so thanks for being patient with us. Really do appreciate it. Now, I'm going to ask you a lot of the same questions because they don't know, but your story is like awe-inspiring. Like, it's really cool how you really got started and what you've been doing for the last 6 years. So I'm just going to start off with re-asking, how did this start for you?
Yeah. So, you know, when I went to high school, obviously I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was very kind of lost and confused and kind of searching for many different things. I always loved to watch kind of TSN, and I went to school to be a TSN sports broadcaster. Right. I thought that's where I was going in my life. Went to college for it, went to Toronto, did an internship, and on my way home from that internship one day, I got into a car crash. Right. And I walked away unharmed from the crash. Yeah. My car was a complete write-off. But you know, it was a huge life-turning point for me. It was a point in my life where I just stopped and I thought about my life up to this point. Right. Am I truly happy with where I'm going in my life? Am I 100% sold on sports broadcasting? Yeah. And I said to myself, if I died, how would I be remembered? Right. And I remember I started thinking about this eulogy, and I said to myself, like, people would remember me as the guy that loved to drink, loved to party, didn't really know what he wanted to do with his life, kind of confused. Yeah. And I wanted to change that. And I said, what do I truly love? Yeah. I love being on stage. I love entertaining people. I love making people smile and laugh. And my first love was public speaking. Okay. I always loved to be up on stage speaking, and I love when the lights come down on me and it's my chance to shine. Yeah. And, you know, I always had this vision kind of growing up of this big stage with lights coming down on me and thousands of fans out and watching me. I had no idea what I was going to do on that stage, if I was doing speaking, like motivational speaking, if I was doing music, if I was doing comedy, if I was doing like a play. Yeah. I always wanted to chase that. I was too scared to chase that. Yeah. And because my parents, you know, they kind of wanted me to get a sales job and be happy. And I'm just like, you know what? There's this vision that I see every single time I lay in bed. Yeah. And I can't shake it. Yeah. So I got to go chase it. And I finally got the nerve at about 22 years old to move away from my hometown. I moved to Montreal, Quebec. Yeah. And I played my first live show in front of about 10 people. Yeah. And I remember there was a small clap at the end. Yeah. And I was like, I think I forgot every lyric. Yeah. But it was a pity. It was definitely a pity clap. Right. But I was like, I love that. Yeah. I just love the feeling of like sitting up on stage playing music, and I'm like, I gotta figure out how I can get better at that. Okay. And I just started on this whole journey of becoming a musician and getting better. So part of what you were telling me before was you actually then went to Nashville for a little bit. So that's a story in itself.
Why did you feel you had to go to Nashville?
Yeah, so when I did music so I finally came back about 23 years old, 24, and I was in my hometown. Yeah. I actually had some confidence because I was playing so much in Montreal. Yeah. I'd play on street corners, I'd play on subway stations, I'd play anywhere I could. Yeah. So when I came back to my hometown of like Waterdown, I was like, okay, I'm ready. Yeah. And I started kind of doing some more acoustic shows, but you know, there was just still this one part of me was like, I'm still not there yet. I'm still not where, I'm not learning enough. I'm not really diving in. Yeah. So I accepted a job to bartend in the Cayman Islands. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So I got this random opportunity, and I said to myself, I'm going there with a plan. Yeah. I'm not going there to bartend. Right. I'm going to pick up a bartending job, but I'm going to get gigs all around the island. Okay. So I started playing shows around the island, and I was getting known as the country guy. Yeah. And this girl walks out to me one day, and she's like, excuse me, what are you doing here? Yeah. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, I'm in beach shorts and sandals, like I'm living the dream. Yeah. She's like, I'm sorry, but you're too good to be on an island.
No way.
She's like, you need to go to a big city for music. And I said, where?
Yeah.
She's like, go to LA or Nashville. And I was like, no, I'm not good enough. There's no way. Like, I didn't believe in myself enough.
Right.
And she's like, no, you're good enough.
Yeah.
And so I went to Nashville for 10 days.
Yeah.
And I started just kind of every tourist trap. I started looking around kind of, and I befriended this bartender.
Yeah.
And she let me play a song on stage and said, if you're good enough, you can do an hour. I'll give you your first gig in Nashville.
Yeah.
So after my 4 nights of being there, I booked a show.
Okay.
And I was walking back to my hotel one night and I said, what just happened? Did I just book a show in Nashville?
Yeah.
I canceled my flight back to the Cayman Islands and I stayed there for a year and a half.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
6 months later, I was full-time music, 6 times a week, playing downtown Nashville, touring around the States. And, then COVID hit. I kind of I backed away from it before COVID hit.
Okay.
But my band left me.
Yeah.
I just felt the universe was telling me that I had to go back to Canada for a bit.
Okay.
I got an opportunity to actually travel across Canada, and I spoke at 95 high schools across Canada.
Oh, wow.
About my story.
Yeah.
About hope.
Great story.
About hope and resiliency, never really knowing what I wanted to do, but always seeing this vision of becoming a musician and chasing that. And it just, at the end of the day, I have no fear of failure. I'm not afraid to fail. My biggest fear is the fear of regret.
Right.
If I grow up one day and I look back on my life and I say, man, I almost was a singer, that would kill me.
Yeah.
So I have to chase this and continue chasing it until I can't take it anymore.
That's awesome, man. Great story.
Thank you.
This is a great story, man. My favorite part about this show is when people come on, I know nobody.
Yeah.
So they come on, I just get to have a genuine chat with them.
Yeah.
And you have an awe-inspiring story, man. This is cool.
Thank you.
So now that you're here and COVID restrictions are kind of lifted, kind of not, I don't know. What's the game plan now for the rest of the next few months for you?
Yeah, well, obviously, it all changed this morning.
Yeah.
When it woke up in the restrictions, so that's definitely going to put a little bit of a tighter leash on some shows coming up.
Yeah.
But I didn't really have anything crazy planned like this. We're going to come out tonight. We have a lot of pent-up energy. We have, if this might be the show for a little while, we're going to bring everything we've got. And I actually wrote a song. I wrote the Humble Bronco song.
Okay.
So that's kind of one of the reasons that I'm out here is I wrote a song called 16 Sticks.
Okay.
And it was a song that I wrote, and I'm actually doing the home opener for the Humble Broncos on September 25th.
Yeah, I heard about this. Okay,
Yeah.
Dennis was telling me about that.
Yeah. So that's the show I'm doing. So I'm pretty sure that's still on, but that's going to be a truly emotional gig, and I'm really excited to be there, but I have no idea if that's going to get canceled now.
Right.
It's kind of up in the air. So there's a lot of things that are going to be up in the air.
Okay. Yeah. Well, man, we're at the end of the show now, for the most part. Unless, Tanner, do you think they'll hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to try to do the Mac City Minute. It's a segment that Tanner has. He's going to ask you 5 questions. Best of luck to you. Everybody at home, hopefully you can hear Tanner.
Question number 1. What is your dream venue to play at?
My dream venue to play at would have to be, it'd have to be an American. I'm going to go big. I'm going to say Red Rocks. I think it's an amazing venue.
Question number 2. What is your favorite style of rib?
Style of rib? Is there a style of rib?
Yeah.
I'm talking pork ribs.
Yeah, there's Kentucky Fried, there's Kansas style, Oklahoma style, Michigan style, Alabama style.
Oh, you know what?
I didn't know any of that.
I would have to probably I'm going to go Alabama. Alabama's finest.
There you go.
Question number 3. What do you think Fort McMurray does better than anywhere else?
Fort McMurray does an amazing job. I don't know where these people come from, but it's truly some of the most supportive and kind people. Fort Mac is quickly becoming one of my biggest fan bases in Canada. The people I've met here are truly incredible people, and I can't wait to come back every time.
Question number 4. What is your favorite part of playing a Fort Mac event?
Favorites, I would have to say just bringing it tonight. I think there's going to be some crazy energy, a lot of pent-up energy. It's going to be a big show. I'm just happy to play live music and bring the full band with me.
And your final question, what is one pre-show ritual you have?
Shot of Jameson.
That's been your 5 questions.
That's the only thing I drink. Double Jameson's neat.
Love it.
That's all you need.
That warms up the vocals. It gets a nice little, let's go, baby.
There you go. Awesome. Well, man, thank you very much for coming on the show. Really appreciate it. At the end of the show, it's your time to shine. You can do a shameless plug or a shout out.
Yeah.
So you got the mic, you got the camera. It's all yours.
Awesome. Well, again, my name is Greg Ryder. You can find me at Greg Ryder Music on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and I will be on at 7:30. It's obviously passed by the time, so hopefully you were there watching my live band show, and follow along, because I'm definitely going to be doing some tours across Canada one day soon, and very soon, hopefully, if the restrictions keep lifted.
There we go. All right, well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, thank you for tuning in. Listen, we're outside, it's a live event. If the sound's a little bit off, I do apologize, but you get the vibe that you were here. So, hopefully you're having a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Awesome. Take care, guys.
What a deadly old way to end another morning show. Later, boss.
It's so ballistic!
Talk about quenching your ugly thirst.